Okay, today we're looking at Module 1, Lesson 16. I can use the distributive property as a strategy to find related multiplication facts. So what I'd like you to do is pause your screen and go ahead and practice skip counting by twos. Pause your screen and practice skip counting by threes. Okay, write an addition equation and a multiplication equation represented by the tape diagram. So if we're looking at a repeated addition equation, well, we have 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, and 8 here. So that would mean that our repeated addition would be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And what does that equal? That equals 32. If I wanted to make a multiplication equation, I'm going to think to myself, how many groups? There are 4 times how many in each group? 8. And that still gives me 32. Okay, write an addition equation and a multiplication equation represented by this tape diagram. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there are 4 7s. So that means 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. And what's that equal? That equals 28. So that means that my multiplication equation is going to be, I have 4 groups times 7 in each group, which is still going to equal 28. Okay, Mrs. Williams draws the array below to show the class seating chart. She sees the students in 4 rows of 7 when she teaches at Ford 1. So when she's right here, she sees them as 4 rows of 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7. Use the commutative property to show how Miss Williams sees the class when she teaches at board 2. So when she's facing here and she's looking this way, how does she see it? Well, she sees it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of 4. So that would mean that she sees it as 7 times 4 instead of 4 times 7. Because remember, the commutative property says that those two factors can be flipped and we will still get the same answer. Use the distributive property to write a multiplication equation represented by the array below. So remember, the distributive property takes a big equation and it pulls it apart to make 2 smaller equations to make it easier to solve. So if we look at the yellow dots in the array, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows times how many in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4 columns plus 2 rows. Now I'm looking at the red with 4 in each equals 7 altogether, right? Yellow is 5, red is 2. That makes 7 times 4. So that means that my final multiplication equation is 7 times 4 equals 28. So if I were to label what I just did here, the yellow represents 5 times 4. The red represents 2 times 4. And when I put that all together, that represents 7 times 4. Okay, let's try that again here. So again, we're going to use the distributive property to write the multiplication equation. So if we're looking just at the yellow right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 in each row. If I look at the red, there are 4 rows with 4 in each row. So that equals 9 times 4. Okay, so that means that the final multiplication equation is 9 times 4, and that equals 32. 6. Okay, go ahead and try your best on the problem set.